All right, it's time to go over episode 37 of Kamen or Gavv. I ain't gonna lie to you, right? So, in the beginning of the episode, we're getting like more of that whole slice of life thing, like them just helping people that, Sachika and crew. And I'm just like, oh no. Like, man, we're on episode 37. Realistically, we got what, 11, between 11 and like 13 episodes left. And I'm like, I don't need these right now. We just had the whole, concert one and this and that. And yeah, there was, a lot of story thrown in it, but I was like, I hope this isn't going to be the main focus of the episode, because I need some shit to happen. But I didn't realize, I'm glad, by the end of the episode, there was a reason for that. And I was like, oh, that twist at the end, I was like, that's good. Like, see, my thing is, I don't want any plot holes from early episodes. I need story and character stuff, like, to get resolved before the show is over, right? We don't want to, have all that just be for nothing. And we got a lot in this one. We saw, the president finding out Longo failed, and then we noticed Jeeph is having nightmares. Basically, that he never avenged Sheeta, and what is he doing? Uh, Glota is now in charge of production and procurement, and I thought there was a nice interaction between them because Glota confronts Jeeph and it's like, oh, this is what you wanted. This is this what you're planning? He's like, no, I just wanted to get revenge on Little Red Kavu. And, the president's daughter jumps in and is like, take your hands off my husband. What you doing? Type of thing. And so that led, so I'm glad there's still some dissension there with well, two of the three remaining family members. There's also a scene foreshadowing when I always forget the president's daughter's name. I know because of the L. I always forget. But I thought it was really intriguing that she gave Nelv like a human world snack, and she's like, "Here's a human world treat. See what you could do with that." Because we know he still has the bake gun. So I was like, "This obviously no. It's not even a spoiler. We already know the Baki sticks is gonna be probably the last bitter Gavu form. So I'm sure he's gonna make Gochizo out of that." And so I was like, okay, well, who's? I'm assuming it's gonna be Jeeb that's gonna use the changer. Nell doesn't look like the type that would get his hands dirty unless he has to, and he has no choice, and he's backed in a corner. He likes to be the silent observer. So, I do like that. You know, we're getting a little bit of everything because the whole time, I'm like, okay, they're helping out this snack company, and I didn't know Sachiko was so good at branding and marketing. But we did get a cool scene, and it's kind of the first time we've had a situation, or not a situation, but a situation between these two, where Shoma goes to his favorite snack store and talks to the owner about running the shop and the snacks. He's trying to figure out how do you help get things popular, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get their sweets place popular. And he's talking to him the whole time. Like, he even asked him, like, "Oh, have you been doing this a long time?" He's like, "No, I only took over it recently in the snack." Because I'm like, all right, was him talking about this like kind of to kind of quell all the theories that he's related to Shoma somehow? But at the same time, I'm like, this is like he's a main supporting character. He has shown up well and good enough amount of episodes where I'm like, all right, he can't just be a generic civilian now at this point, can he? Because we still have a few plot points that need to be resolved. As of right now, obviously, and we get it in this episode, spoiler, Hanto finds his wolf Granute that took his mom. We still have the plot point of Hanto looking into Shoma's family. And that's kind of it from like overall plot stuff that hasn't really had any resolve other than whatever was on Suga's computer. That was the letter K with the little like baby fetus thing on the screen. That's because he's trying to make the perfect human. Other than that, that's really it for plot stuff that I feel like has started that we haven't gotten any resolve to. So, which is really good that that's not a lot of plot holes right now. But obviously, one of them gets resolved in this one, or at least continued, because to inspire the shop, the mother who owns it, her husband passed away. The guy who's making all the snacks for them, or the pastries and snacks and treats, he's even hinted that, I was lucky enough to, have someone. He's like, he did some things he wasn't proud of, and he got a second chance doing this stuff. And I was like, okay, there's some foreshadowing, because even Hanto's interviewing him, like, oh, okay, because Hanto's writing an article about this place. Sachika, in the meantime, made them a whole social media page, and they go to the zoo because they're like, oh, what if we make animal themed treats? But we got to go to the zoo to get inspiration. And the little boy goes with them because he has a sketch pad and he's drawing up all the little cute animals. And this is when we have, and mind you, by the time this all happens, man, we're like, what, 2/3 to the episode? Like maybe 75% through. So I'm like, this is going to be just, is there no action? Like, is there nothing going to happen? Like, no conflict, just chilling? That wasn't the case, because as they're leaving, we have Jeeph and 2 agents show up. And this was like easily gonna be like a one-sided fight. I do enjoy also, by the way, earlier in the episode, Shoma gave Hanto another frappe custom gochizo, because all the time I'm like, I haven't seen that form in a while. He's been just using, base Valen and sometimes a donut one. I'm like, can we get our frap coming out? Like, we need this form. Like, that's his OP form. Tired of him using the weak ass Valen form. He ain't doing nothing with that form, like, besides getting his ass beat. And then also, mind you, not throw him to the wayside. We had a quick scene with Ram Arlakia where he's still looking at his driver that's broken. He's like, well, nothing really I can do until this gets fixed. And he's like, I guess I'm going to have to see him. So I assume he's going to go have Dente fix that for him. And that might hopefully lead to him getting his upgrade, his final form, because I really want to see that henshin. I really want to see it in action, because I've been very adamant with the scans and stuff like that. A lot of the forms haven't done it for me, but once I see them in the episodes, I'm like, damn, those are good. But I actually like this form, so I'm assuming in the show I'm only gonna like it even more. So I would like for that to make its appearance finally. That would be great. I would appreciate that. So the fight, we got Jeeph, taking out her human gimmick. The kid, Sachika, and our chef dude run away while they stay and fight. Very interesting that, Hanto went into his frap custom form, but then Shoma decided to use Blizzard Sorbet. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, all right, well, Caking beat the brakes off of both of them, right? Jeeph and Shita. So, and if we go in order of upgrade forms, as that, obviously Blizzard Sorbet is more powerful. Just the downside is it has a time limit. So I'm like, this is going to be a one-sided fight. I do enjoy Hanto was doing some damage on those agents, but then at one point he got knocked down. He started getting dragged away, and he's literally like, don't worry, Shoma, I got these guys. And I'm like, you're being dragged away by them, saying, don't worry, I can handle this. And I don't know why they got a laugh out of me, but it did. And then what happened after this proceeded to be one of the most embarrassing one-sided fights from a rider beating up a villain, especially a major villain, not a regular cannon fodder minion, because Jeeph didn't do shit. Part of my language. Like, it was humiliating to the point where even, Jeeph was just like, I need to beat you. This is horrible. Like, and I'm just like, man, you're getting ass beat. And just before we get our final blow, and I was like, okay, the twins are gone. Obviously, our president's daughter, Jeeph's lovely wife, makes the save. And, the kid forgot his sketchbook, so he's running back. And this is like the big reveal scene. Usually I don't do play-by-play, but I gotta paint you a picture with the canvas, and the words are gonna be the paint. So, the kid goes down to get his sketchbook, and Shoma turns. She's like, don't turn your back on me. She goes to attack, gets deflected. It hits, or maybe she aims up there. I think she aims up there. I'm not sure. It was either she deflected it or aimed up there. And bricks are coming down the kid. What happens? Our chef runs over, covers over him, and pulls out his human gimmick. He was a Granute the whole flipping time. But not just any Granute. He is the Granute that took Hanto's mother. And I was like, you son of a bitch. There's 2 minutes left in this episode, and that's the reveal you're going to get me right now. So now I have to wait until next week. I have to wait, like, at the time I record this, 5 days. Are you kidding me? That's bullshit. Like, honestly, you're giving me that reveal. And then, even then, Hanto's like, it's like, you're the one who told me, and he's like, I took your mother? He's like, you don't remember? And I'm like, oh shit, they're going to fight right now in front of the kid. But the kid starts to wake up, and he puts his human gimmick back on. He goes to pick the kid up. He's like, I'm going to take him home. He's like, I'm not running away. We'll deal with this later. And I'm like, oh shit. And like, I was just like, going through home, like, this is how you end the episode. Mind you, Hanto's actor's so good, by the way. Can I just say this? Hanto's actor, really freaking good. Like, great acting. He's always done those somber, sad, like, shocked, like, scenes so well. And I'm like, damn. Every time I'm like, damn, this guy, he's a good actor. Like, I want to watch him other stuff after this show is over. Like, I will watch some movies and some dramas he ends up being in. But yeah, this episode was good. I usually would be kind of like on the fence with like all the like they're helping people outside of things, like with their tasks with Sachika's business. But because this played an integral role in the story, because they were getting to know this family and this guy and everything else, and that turns out. So now I'm just like, And I feel like we're gonna see that evolution of Hanto, because if this was the Hanto that had Chockhold, nah, he would have started blasting, okay? But since then, him and Locky have kind of bonded, all this other stuff. So I don't see it as like cut and dry. Like, okay, Hanto's going to be conflicted because he saw how this man was towards this family and taking care of this kid, and he saved the kid. He's obviously not the grandpa, and he already knows, hey, he did some things he regretted, and he's changed, but he didn't know what they were. So I'm like, their conversation or whatever happens between them is going to be very good. I'm curious what Glota has going on, because we haven't really, I'm just wondering, like, the stomach family stuff, like, it's getting juicy. Obviously, Longo's not dead. I mean, he wasn't shown or anything. He was just brought up with the fact that he failed. But I'm like, man, I'm hard pressed to say Longo's not dead. Like, he's got to come back. I just don't know how it's gonna be handled. I'm not gonna even try and speculate or do any rumor stuff. I just want to see how it happens. But this was, from a story, lore, and world building, and all the characters and stuff going on, this was a really good episode. It didn't feel out of place, but like I said in the beginning of the episode, I was like, oh no, we're getting one of these episodes. But then by the end of it, I was like, all right, that was good. We got some more story. We're pushing this narrative forward. Thank God. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I got some other stuff. I'm working on podcast stuff right now. I got to do some edits and stuff. But I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.